Hello, glorious people. Set to achieve. Welcome to yet another video. I'm actually at Walmart. I have a pickup, and I just wanted to do this video because this needs to be said, okay? And the title of today's video is "It Does Not Stop with You." Please, if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe, join the family, like this video, share, leave your comments, and let's get to it. The abuse, and we're talking about narcissistic abuse, it will not stop with you. It will not stop with you. That is the reason why you have to make sure that you build strong boundaries against these people. And if you have like dependents like children, you are going to have to protect them as well. Because if the narcissist feels that they cannot control you, they're gonna try to sink their teeth or sink their claws into your children. Okay. So we went for Thanksgiving, get together at my parents this Thanksgiving Thursday. So my parents and my brothers, I went with my kids. Everything was cool, and everything. I just tried my best to cope, with the situation. It was very hard, but I did my best. And long story short, when we were going home, my oldest daughter was like, that she seemed kind of frustrated, and she was trying to say something, but she told me that she would tell me later. So I was like, cool, tell me later. Okay. So like this evening, she called me. She's like, Mom, I need to talk to you. And whenever my oldest, she's almost 18, whenever she talks like that, I know that it's serious. It's something that is important, something that's really bothered her. So I was like, what is it? And she was like, Mom, remember when I said, when we were in the car coming back from grandma's, like I said that there was something I wanted to discuss with you. I'm like, yes. And then she was like, yeah, I'm ready to talk about it. I'm like, okay, so what happened? And she was like, okay, so you know how you were downstairs with, grandpa and, my brothers, like her uncles. And she's like, I was upstairs and grandma like started asking me questions about like my coursework. So my oldest, she's a junior, she's a senior in high school. She has about like maybe 6 months or so. We're in the end of November now, so she has about maybe 6 months, give or take, to finish. And my mother was like asking her, like, according to her, like she was asking her, like, what does she plan to major in? And then my daughter told her, and she's like, don't major in that, major in this. And she's like, well, I don't want to major in this particular field, because if I major in this particular field, if I want to change it, I'm not going to be able to change it. So basically my mother wants her to be a doctor, and she was like saying like she might prefer to be a PA, which is like a physician's assistant. Or then my mom was like, no, be a doctor. My daughter was like, no, I would prefer to and then she was like saying that it might be better for her to go to like pharmacy school. Like my mom was like basically like putting her stuff on her, go and then go to your college and then switch to 4-year college and then get this and do that, and I was like, oh my gosh, she actually was saying all of that. I'm like, wow, okay. And then she was like telling her like, oh, I don't want to do it this way. This is the way I want to do it because I prefer it this way, because if I want to switch to this, there's more flexibility in that, and I don't want a lot of debt from school, loans, student loans and things like that. So she was like pushing herself, and mind you, my mom is 71 years old, like pushing herself on her, saying this and saying that and all of this. And it was just like why? Like what is your gain? Why are you pushing yourself? Are you gonna live her life for her? I don't even do that to my kids. I always tell them to look within yourself and see what it is that that you can do, you're gonna be happy with. You can make your money, but you can also live your life. You can, your life can be whole. I don't want to just say go be a doctor, go be a lawyer. No. That's what my parents did to me. They pushed me, go be a nurse, especially my father, and at the end of the day, I didn't even use my nursing degrees. you know, complete waste of time. So I'm like, I was like, wow. She said, like, yeah. I'm like, grandma did a lot. The same thing that she's doing to you, all that, like, putting all that pressure and all that stress. She did it to me as well. I had to run away from home when I was 19. The same crap, the same stress, the same trauma that she did. My mother is a class A narcissist, and I keep saying this over and over again. Oh, and then she went on to say, okay, and I told her, so she went back and forth, like, with what grandma was saying and what she was saying, like, to defend herself, and about, like, what she wanted to do. Like, she was thinking about this, but like, she had her own. So my oldest daughter, she had her own little plans, and which is fine. I raised them to have their minds, have their plan, and decide for themselves. Don't let anybody else decide for you. I don't care who that person is. Okay? And so, and I was like telling her, like, hey, listen, remember how I had to block grandma, because I just cannot take that. I need my mental health, so I had to block my mom, because it's like I can't cope with, like, somebody sending me some random crazy, like, she just have some crazy day or whatever, and just be sending me some random messages, or just like, after a long day, see some crazy text from. I cannot do it. I need my peace of mind, and I cannot deal with somebody that is mentally unstable and they're gonna drive you crazy. I cannot do it. I cannot. And I told her, like, you might have to block her. And then she was like, yeah, like, and then today, and I kind of like put it off, okay, whatever. And then she's like, today she sent me a scripture saying, from Proverbs, talking about to listen to wise counsel, and this, that, and the other. And I was like, okay. And then she was like, and then she sent her $100. So I'm like, okay, so do you see the whole pattern? It's like love bombing. And then she's like, yeah, I'm gonna actually see if she sent the same amount of money to my brother or my sister. If not, then I'm gonna send it back to her and block her. Just let her know, you know what, I'm sending your money back, whatever, and I'm gonna have to block her, because and then so she, so she found out or whatever. Eventually, anyway, long story short, she blocked her. And I was just saying that, like, when I put out these videos, I'm not saying this from someone that heard it from somebody else. I'm saying this from the perspective of somebody that actually is living it. It's a different thing if you're just saying a story based on what you hear. This is the life I'm living. Okay? So this is not a fairy tale. This is not something I read in a book or studied that got a degree out of. This is something I'm living myself. So when I'm giving you advice and saying block these people, do not look back, do this or do that, is because this is actually what I'm living myself. Okay? So this is not something that I'm telling you as, a fairy tale. This is for real. Okay? I had to escape. And I'm still escaping every day. And now I'm trying to protect my kids. And I'll tell her, listen, you're almost 18. You're basically almost an adult. Okay? So a lot of the things I've been telling you, it seemed like a story. Oh, mommy is saying this and everything. You listen, but you don't understand. But now you're kind of like getting some of that pressure. You're seeing that this is no joke. I had to basically run away to save my life, because I started having suicidal ideations. I started feeling like ending it all. I felt like my life was just like empty, dealing with this crazy demonic narcs. My mother, they love bombing you so that they can continue to abuse you. It's like, they throw you that little line of, like, they're safe. They make you feel like they're saving, like how she was telling me, like, oh, when my ex and I separated, and she was like, I'll be there for you and your children, blah 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 blah, and then finally when I find somebody else, she tells me that if I bring him near her house, she's gonna chase him away. So how are you actually letting me or encouraging me, or how are you really, how can I actually believe in you're being actually authentic or genuine about actually being there for me, or you just want to manipulate and control me and my children? So I let her know that, listen, these demons are nothing to be played with. These narcissists, these demons are nothing to be played with. Run for your life. This is no joke. They have a way of putting some kind of manipulative, controlling, demonic, very frustrated and hopeless energy on you. So it's left to you to decide what you want to do. I told her, the Bible says that I lay before you blessing and cursing, life and death. Choose life so that you and your children will live, so that you can keep your mental health. So I was telling her that, yeah, let her decide. So she blocked her, and she told me that she told her that she'll send her money back. So, I mean, it is what it is. It's, you know, it's an ongoing war, you know, but it does not stop with you, you know. If they cannot get to you, they will try to get to the people around you that they know that you love to hurt you. You know, it's all about manipulation, control, and they are just miserable, demonic people. Miserable, demonic people. So keep that in mind. Keep it in mind. Okay, I hope I'm helping somebody. I know I'm helping somebody. Make sure you like this video. Please share it to more people by liking. Subscribe to the channel. I'm going to be bringing you more as the plot thickens. You know, as I'm living this life, I'm going to be bringing it more to you, letting you know, so that you can take safeguards to help to secure yourself, your family, and your future. Knowledge is power. So the more knowledge you get about this topic, you know, the more you can set yourself free and set somebody else free. Okay? All right. Till next time. God bless. Peace.